Now, can you tell us this, because you talked about your interest in business metrics and how it was more like a daily number thing, so which could be stressful, but at the same time, I don't know, makes you think creatively. So can you tell us the process of, creating an ad copy, and then how does it flow from the copywriter to the designer to the editorial team, then to the distribution team? Can you tell us the process?
Yeah, sure. So for digital businesses or for smaller businesses, I mean, there isn't really you have a marketing or a brand manager, which who's sort of controlling the brand, who lays out the broad strategy or the brief. Okay, and the brief essentially entails two or three things. What is it that you're communicating? Who are you communicating to, and why are you communicating? And then,
Mm.
of course, what is the action that you want the consumer to take, right? So
Okay.
there's like a broad five W's and one H.
One
Right?
edge.
There's also when and where as to like which platform, which media, because your medium at the end of the day, most of the times is the message.
Right.
But those things and who the consumer is pretty much defined and influenced by the research that you've done. So of
Okay.
course, you have a product that's been built in mind considering an unmet consumer need.
Right.
So that's where you are with the product.
Right.
But if there's a particular hook or a sell that you have created basis insights that have come up, qualitative insights that have come up via research, that's when that's what you pick up.
Okay.
So, and there are multiple. So it's, for example, it's the IPL. You're selling the IPL at the end of the day.
Mm.
But for us, it was about there were other ways to watch the IPL.
Right.
There were features within the app that could enable you to watch with your friends. So that's the feature, and that's the differentiator, right? Between watching an IPL on a larger screen versus why would you watch it on. So those are the few things. So you pick that hook and you pick the what you think will work for the consumer. You test it, of course, to see to check if that's what the consumer is really looking for, and that's the brief that you give your creative agency, right? And then your creative agency comes up with a creative rendition of that, right? And that's something that is, of course, if you have the time. For traditional businesses, of course, they'll test it out. There is, you will do copy tests. You will do, if you go ahead and shoot the film, you will do a link test, or you will check how, at what points are the consumers responding. In digital businesses, it's pretty simple. I mean, you'll test it out, but you'll do like an A/B test. You'll have two or three different versions of the creative that you've made, and you'll put all of them out, and the two or three different creatives could be similar from a content or a subject matter perspective, but the call to actions might be different.
Okay.
The opening sequences might be different, because they say on digital or on video, this is specific to video, that you need to land your message within the first 5 seconds,
right?
And your brand within the first 5 seconds, because that's the attention span of the consumer.
Also, I can skip ads after that.
Yes, correct. And even if you run non-skippables, I mean, that's on YouTube, but on other platforms. I mean, Facebook has a completely different. It really, then again, your medium really matters, right? So while you can run longer duration ads on YouTube, you can on Facebook as well, but they recommend that the consumption is on the move and on the go. You're sort of skimming through while you're walking, and while it's a lean back environment. So you need to make sure that your ads are no longer than 15 seconds, because that's the ideal. So I mean, how do you tell your story and how do you crunch your message in those in those 15 seconds is what you. So those are some of the things, and then your creative, your A/B test finally decides how consumers are responding to it, and that's your video, and then which is your brand message that's put out, and then your performance creatives again have the same sort of your performance creatives or your remarketing creatives that you do, which you essentially reach consumers who've seen your ad with different types of copy, and there are multiple ways to do it. On Google or on YouTube, you can actually figure out what kind of personality the consumer fits in. So what kind of digital persona this person has, right? So is it someone who's interested in luxury travel? Is it somebody who's interested in outdoor travel? Those are kind of insights that you have around the users that you're reaching. So there are multiple ways of doing it, and your retargeting can be that much sharper. to say that, okay, you watched an ad that I put out saying that, here, this is IPL and it's great because you can watch it with your friends. And if you want to customize it for someone who's looking for travel, you can sort of customize the message to say, hey, just like you enjoy traveling with your friends, why don't you watch IPL with your friends as well? It's just bad example, but like that. Yeah, the creative agency does the heavy lifting in the copywriting.